Thank you, Madam Deputy President. There's a saying, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. This bill extends the tougher bail laws introduced last year. But let's be honest, if those laws were working, we wouldn't be here today debating their extension. Last year, the government promised these changes would act as a circuit breaker to stop youth crime. Instead, the numbers tell us we're still locking up kids at the same rate, cycling them through remand and expecting a different result. As at December 2024, there were 173 young people in custody in New South Wales. But here's the catch. The majority had not even been sentenced. These kids were sitting in detention not because they've been found guilty, but because we don't have the right support systems in place to manage them in the community. A 15-year-old with no home, no transport, and no support is not a flight risk. He's a kid society has already failed. Let's be clear, when a young person spends weeks or months in detention only to be found not guilty or given a non-custodial sentence, we haven't solved anything. We've disrupted their education, severed their support networks, and increased their risk of reoffending. Every kid we fail to reach early is another future inmate, another crime statistic, another victim. Do we want safer streets or just bigger detention centres? The Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research has already shown us the facts. 64.4% of young people who leave detention will be convicted again within 12 months. Compare that to 44.3% of young people given non-custodial sentence. The numbers don't lie. Detention does not stop crime, it fuels it. And we know exactly who this bill will hit the hardest. And as the Greens MLC Susan Higginson has already said, over 59% of young people in custody are First Nations, and the majority of them are on remand and not even convicted. We are not only failing these young people, we are setting them up to fail. I support community safety. I support giving police and courts the tools they need to deal with repeat offenders, but I cannot support the fantasy that tougher bail laws alone will solve this crisis. If we're serious about reducing youth crime, we need to stop chasing headlines and start funding what actually works. Intensive bail supervision, so young people aren't just left to fail. Regional youth case management, so kids in the bush have the same support as those in the city. Early intervention, because if we step in before kids reach the courts, we can stop the cycle before it starts. If we want fewer victims, we need fewer offenders. That means real solutions, not just tougher headlines. I'll say it again. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. This bill buys us time, but it is not the answer. The real question is, what will the government do with that time? Because communities don't just need tougher laws, they need real solutions. I urge the government, don't let this be the end of the conversation.